And now, let's dive in to the Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome to the Splash Live. I am Larry Nyland. Thank you to everyone from West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and Orchard Lake for tuning in on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Splash Live is Greater West Bloomfield's very own daily TV and radio streaming show. Watch us live Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. on Civic Center TV. Also catch us on Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Channel 99, on the web at civiccentertv.com, on Civic Center TV's Facebook app, and you can even listen live on 89.3 Lakes FM. The Splash Live is part of Civic Center TV and Lakes FM's 90 minutes of live local programming. We'll take a look at the weather today. It's going to be a mostly cloudy mid-October day with a high of about 68. Tonight, more rain coming in with a low of 47. And then looking ahead to Thursday, a very cool day under partly sunny skies with the high of only 55 degrees. Taking a look at some headlines in the local area. Well, some West Bloomfield sixth graders are getting a nice change of pace to the regular school days as they are exploring the Oakland Schools STEMI, a mobile innovation station this week. Students will focus on STEM careers and learn how technology enhances the world around us. Learners will take part in hands-on experiences with autonomous vehicles, collaborative robots, extended reality, and smart manufacturing. Taking a look at the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, they will be holding an autumn nature walk at the Orchard Lake Nature Sanctuary. It's coming up this Sunday, October 16th from 2 to 3 p.m. Please join naturalist Carol Fink for a guided tour. Walk through rolling terrain and explore seasonal autumn beauty. Sponsored with the Orchard Lake Nature Sanctuary, this event is free of charge and again will take place at the Orchard Lake Nature Sanctuary, which is at 4700 Pontiac Trail. Well, it's going to be another big game for the West Bloomfield Lakers coming up this Friday. And last Friday, they rolled to a 27-0 lead in the first half and then cruised to a 34-3 victory over those Oxford Wildcats. Our own Tyler Keefe had the chance to talk with Lakers running back Joshua Tate, and Tyler asked him about what it's like getting first-team reps on the powerhouse team that is the West Bloomfield Lakers.
Yeah, well, coming up as a varsity player, I knew it was going to be tough to get playing time. So, I just had to show what I could do with the opportunities that I was gave, that I got. So, it was kind of hard at first because, going up against first string defense as a scout guy, guys like Kari, MJ, that whole defense, we got all dogs. So, yeah, I think they prepared me.
Yeah, and elaborate on that. How did that play, going up against those guys, playing against hard-hitting guys that are stout defensively, excellent in the zone, great in man coverage too? For you as a young guy, knowing that you're going to be going up against some of the best players in the state on the defensive side of the ball, whenever you get a touch in this Lakers offense that loves to run the football.
Yep, well, going against them in practice, it's always tough. It's always competitive. Offense and defense always going at it. We just got a team of competitors. So, I was ready coming in from like the summer and going in. Like I thought I was just ready. But once I got there, they kind of humbled me a little bit. So I think as time went on, they got me better.
It's that old cliche about talent and hard work, and what really brings it all together is combining the two. Certainly talented at the running back position is Joshua Tate, but speak to the work that you put in off the field to get even better, to know the offense you're running in, but also know the defensive matchups you're going up against and how that helps you take that next step. It has helped you take that next step to not only get these opportunities, but make the most of them and really play important football, important reps for this Lakers offense.
Well, in the offseason, I was working out with like our strength and conditioning guy, John from Fix, Yep. So I was working out with him and my dad, mostly him though. So I feel like he prepared me, got me stronger, got me a lot faster. He got me explosive. And I think that helped me a lot on the field because I'm making the right cuts, making the right moves. Everything's just been going well since I got with him. So, yeah.
In terms of playing the running back position in this offense at West Bloomfield High School against this kind of competition, speak to the leadership too of guys like Jaws and guys like Ralph Rogers and what they've brought to your game and allowed you to learn and get better at as you've gotten these opportunities alongside them.
Yep. Well, Jaws, he always made sure I got reps. He always made sure I was good. So he was always like kind of like playing my like mentor role. Ralph always making sure I know the plays, making sure I'm comfortable out there on the field, So I feel like with them, like I got the right guidance. So yeah.
joined by West Bloomfield Lakers running back Joshua Tate. You've seen a lot of 32 on the field the last several weeks. Certainly going to see a lot more of 32 going forward. And as we head toward playoff time, for you being an underclassman and learning from these guys and the upperclassmen, in some cases replacing them on the field earlier on the season, now sharing those reps with them in this really dynamic offense in West Bloomfield, does that add a bit of pressure to you as an underclassman, as a guy that's new to this varsity team? And if so, how do you adjust to that? How do you work around that pressure to really hone in on playing great football as you have been doing?
Well, being an underclassman, it wasn't really like anything that really bothered me because, I've been playing up almost my whole life. So, like with my brothers, I got two brothers that they always been kind of like bullying me around the house. So yeah, I was always comfortable around older people. So I feel like that kind of helped me a lot. And me being an underclassman wasn't really a problem.
What do you have to do to take that next step? You're playing great football, but to be the next guy down the line, this great line of running backs here at West Bloomfield, continue to make a great impact on this team this year, but also be that running back of the future here for the Lakers.
I got to get better in all phases of the game, like everything, like me being even like a better leader, even off the field. Like me being stronger, yeah, that's cool, but like me being faster. But I feel like it's all about leadership, going in, like after this class that's leaving after this, it's me and Brody. That's it at the running back position. So I feel like me and him gotta like step up and be leaders of the teams.
Yeah, it's great to see on the field when these younger guys get into game action, especially first team game action. You really just see in action how these leaders that emerge on this team develop into those leadership positions. We've seen it so many times in the past, and it's great to see it once again with you, Joshua Tate, running back for West Bloomfield here on This Week in Laker Football. We love to do this with players that we're just introducing ourselves to, and even those that we know pretty well. Off the football field, what are some of your favorite things to do? What are some of your favorite hobbies and activities?
Well, me, I'm pretty much a chill guy. I just like hanging around my friends. We all we're a funny group. I just like hanging around with my friends. So yeah, that's it.
And this week, the Lakers have another big game as they travel on the road to take on Southfield A&T. The Warriors have only one loss on the season and are undefeated in OAA play. As always, tune into the live game on Civic Center TV and WBTV. If you don't have time to sit down and watch it, listen on the go at 89.3 Lakes FM. A reminder that this week's game will be kicking off a tad later than normal at 7:40 p.m. on this Friday, October 14th. We're going to take a short break here on the Splash Live. When we get back, I'll be talking with our good friend Suzanne Levine from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Let's whoop it up for these moments. Made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the cheering going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on the Megacast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch the Megacast, weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3, and streaming on mymytv.com. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live. I am Larry Nyland. Well, it's kind of hard to believe, but we are only about a little more than a month from Thanksgiving and 2 months from the Christmas and Hanukkah seasons. And what better place to do your local holiday shopping than right here in West Bloomfield? Joining us now is someone who knows all of the great places to shop, and that is Suzanne Levine, Executive Director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thank you for having me.
So, Suzanne, especially in a bit of a struggling economy, there's really no better way to keep our local businesses thriving than to choose them first to do our holiday shopping. Can you talk about the variety of businesses that West Bloomfield offers that people can take advantage of that holiday shopping?
We have a myriad of really great little boutiques, unique stores, everything from Closet Envy to other like really awesome med spas, etc. That's a great gift to give someone, a refreshing a facial, or maybe some Botox or something, but we don't talk about that. But there's quite a few different things that we can do here. Maybe a Jack's gift card to keep their car clean, 365 days a year. So there's a lot of different wonderful stores, shops, restaurants that we can patronize to make sure that our community thrives.
And what better way to say to someone, I love you, but I just wish you were a little better looking, than to give them some Botox?
Yeah. Well, what did what did Billy Crystal used to say? You look marvelous, and it's better to look than to feel good. So
As
yeah.
I live that mantra every day of my life.
Me
So,
too.
so Suzanne, Small Business Saturday is always a big deal in communities like West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake. Can you talk a little bit about that? That's coming up on Saturday, November 26th.
It's really important to support our local stores. I know that through some of the credit card companies, they actually give a little bit of a discount, or they enter you in contests if you take a photo of yourself in a shop. And I think the shops really now have to start thinking about how they can compete with the Amazons and the Targets that already are doing all kinds of pre-Friday sales, pre-Friday Thanksgiving sales. So even if they can't give that huge of a discount, maybe if you drop your business card or, enter some sort of contest, maybe $1 or $2 of your purchase goes to some sort of local charity. Maybe you can win, like a basket. There's different things that people can do to try to, draw clients in, customers in, and try to make them feel welcome. Maybe it's as simple as, offering a cup of coffee or a bottle of water. But they're going to have to figure out how to ramp up their competitive spirit so that they are not left behind when this, Thanksgiving pre-rush sale starts.
And the thing also with the boutique shops that you get in our local area, you're going to get something unique, a unique gift you can get someone. It's not something that anyone can purchase on Amazon. You might get something that's homemade, that's going to be something special that you can give as a gift.
Yes, I think that's really important. I think it's really exciting to purchase something that no one else has, or there's very few, instead of seeing yourself coming and going at every event. So that's one of the advantages of buying from a small boutique. Plus, you're keeping, a family-owned business. You're going to keep them surviving in our community, and we really need these small businesses to support our community. And so we need to show our support by, making sure that we, go in there and, buy something.
So, and Suzanne, I know you always would encourage and would like all of the local businesses to become part of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber. I was doing some research, and I didn't realize that it only costs $235 per year for a small business of 20 employees or less to become a member of the Chamber. Can you talk about all the benefits that Chamber members can get for that nominal fee?
Well, I guess the biggest benefit is that I know all of our chamber members. So it's not like you're joining a chamber and, we take your money and that's the end of it. I bill myself as a business matchmaker. People think that's kind of an amusing title, but I actually do help connect businesses, strategize, and figure out who would be a great partner for them. And I think I've repeated this story often, but it bears repeating. We had a small pizza owner join our chamber, and I connected him to real estate agents and said, if they let him know when they sell a home, If he delivers us even a small pizza, welcome to the neighborhood. What a great way to introduce, his business to homeowners. And this really costs them very little. So there's all different ways to try to figure out how people can connect and do business without spending a lot of money. And I'm really excited we have, we have a couple new businesses that it's going to be really important for me to help connect them and, help them support our community. So it's really exciting time in our community because we do have a lot of people now that are reopening businesses. And so I urge everyone to try to, think about how they can help one another or some of the other benefits that the chamber offers. All of our meetings, unless there's a charge, like a luncheon or a breakfast, are free. I sort of feel, I know there are other chambers that charge to attend, even like our Cup of Connections. Unless you're a non-chamber member, then I do charge. These are all free events. I don't want to keep, taxing them. We have our senior resource group, which is a fabulous networking opportunity. And then they can actually get in front of seniors and, talk about some of the health, wealth, and other issues that seniors face. This is not an advertisement, but this is giving seniors, some vibrant seniors, some alternatives, maybe to their health care, maybe to their financial wellness, or maybe it's just teaching a yoga class. We have our WIN, our Women's Inspiration Network, where we try to give, women an extra perspective on some issues that affect them. Our Connect with an Expert, and our Business Innovation Generator. We're going to start to revisit those in January. So these are just a few of some of our benefits. They can contact me at westbloomfieldchamber.com or wbloomfieldchamber@gmail.com. And it's kind of interesting because I guess when you Google certain things in our community, the chamber comes up. So I'm always helping people that are non-chamber members, especially seniors that need a lot of direction. So I'm happy to help even if they're not a chamber member.
And Suzanne, another event you have coming up, it's the 8th annual Not So White Elephant Holiday Party on Wednesday, November 16th. Can you tell us what that's all about?
Well, I created that event because we love to give back to charity, but we are also a nonprofit. So we're not really in a position, to give a lot of money to charities. So I created this as a fun way to donate to a local charity. And I always try to pick a small local one. This year, it's the Hospitality House Food Pantry. They're an amazing organization. Not only are they a food pantry, but they help with job placement and making sure people have transportation. And we're really fortunate that the Avalon of Bloomfield Hills is going to be hosting it. And they have a fabulous chef from the Beverly Hills Grill that's going to, be, donating food. So this is a fun event. You have to bring, the only charge if you're a chamber member is to bring a gift. We ask that it be at least $20 or $25 wrapped, and then we raffle them off. We sell raffle tickets, and all that money goes to the small charity. If you're a non-chamber member, you have to give $50. But this is such a fun event. It's a great way to raise money for a local charity, celebrate the holidays. And, I love doing this because, as I say, a large charity, and there are so many of them that are worthwhile, cancer, leukemia, Parkinson's, etc. But they get large donations all the time. These small local charities, they're barely hanging on. So this is just a great way to, donate to them and have fun.
And Suzanne, you mentioned different prices, whether you're a member or a non-member. How about we get everyone involved to become a member? How can they get in touch with you if any small businesses or big businesses locally want to become members of the Chamber of Commerce?
I'm so happy to learn more about their business. That's the first question I ask is, tell me about your business so that I can figure out if I can help them. So if they contact me at 248-626-3636, or wbloomfieldchamber@gmail.com. I'm happy to, walk them through the process and, see who I might be able to connect them with to help them keep them in business another day, week, month, maybe, for a lifetime.
Suzanne Levine, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful over the hump day.
You as well. Suzanne Levine, Executive Director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. We're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll check in with another one of our good friends, Stacey Renee. That's next on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Let's relish these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the festivals going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. Let's whoop it up for these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the cheering going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live. I am Larry Nyland. Well, our next guest just returned from a trip to Paris, so I think we might be in store for some positive energy delivered to us with a French accent. Welcome to The Splash Live, our good friend, West Bloomfield's Chief Energy Officer and Motivational Strategy Speaker, Stacey Renee. Stacey, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning and bonjour.
So tell us about the big trip you just went on.
It was absolutely amazing. It was my first time to Europe, to Paris, and what an incredible experience for, really anyone to go to Paris to have in their life, and what great memories that I have. I highly recommend.
So now, can I ask you, do you speak any French?
Not at all. In fact, bonjour and merci.
So my next question is, so what is it like to be in a country where you don't speak the native language? Did you prepare at all? Was it intimidating? How did you handle that?
I did not prepare at all because getting everything ready prior was exciting enough. And they were so accommodating, and it was so kind of them when they realized that we just spoke English and they had a hard time understanding something that we said. They're like, I'm so sorry. And we're like, no, we're sorry. Absolutely no worries. And so everyone is very accommodating there. They all speak our language. We had an issue with one of our reservations where we wanted to actually take the time and move it to later because we were having fun shopping. And it was so great. One of the sales associates that we were at, it was the Louis Vuitton. He was so great. He actually took the phone and he talked to the restaurant and changed our reservation for us so we could get there later because they had a hard time with the language barrier. But they're accommodating. I have to tell you, if that is stopping you, you definitely need to go because everyone is just kind and nice, and of course, they want you there. They want you to see their great sights and do the shopping.
Wait, did you just reveal that Louis Vuitton made a restaurant reservation for you? Was that what you just said?
I did. I truly did. And they were great. In fact, I bought some stuff and then he's like, come here, let's take a picture together. And he was just so excited. They share the excitement of whatever you're buying or whatever you're doing with you. And that's, I think, what makes it even more special and more exciting for you and for us as visitors in their country.
So, Stacey, I'm sure there's a lot of people who have it as their dream to take the trip they've always been fantasizing about their whole life. What can you say to people like that who've been procrastinating on a dream like that and to get them to find a way to make that a reality?
My saying is there's no time like now time. I have girlfriends who have been asking me for 6 years to go on this trip. And it was always an excuse, always, no, I can't get off work, or no, I don't have a great time, or, the kids are doing this. And finally I said, I'm doing it because after, having some losses in my family, I realized, what am I waiting for? If we sit there and we wait for everything, oh, I'll do that at the perfect time. Number one, there is no perfect time. I can guarantee you that. And if you're waiting to do something, why? You're missing out on so much by waiting in life. And if you don't just make it work, financially, it may never be the right time for you. But you know what? I ended up saving up, putting $50 in the bank every month for, a couple of years. So I had this anticipation that I would be going and, sometimes just preparing and just make it happen. And I'll deal with everything when I got home. And it was honestly the best trip I have had and the most memories. And I'm still enjoying looking at all of the photos.
So, Stacey, I think I asked you a little bit about this before you left, and now you might have a better idea. So, what was your overall impression of the attitude of the natives of France? Do they seem to have a different aura about them than the average American? Do they have like a more positive look on life than we seem to?
They do. And they are very kind. They're very willing to help you with anything that you need. I will say, however, their lifestyle is a lot slower than us here in the States. And they all looked happier. They all looked really refreshed. And, here we are, we're go, 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 go. And they're like, okay, we would like to see this. Sure, no problem. So they would hand you champagne, or they would hand you a coffee, or a soda or pop, whatever, we say soda or pop. And they made you take the time to enjoy the moment, to really have that imprint on what you are doing right now and imprint in your memories. So I highly recommend taking the experience, slowing your life down, because when you go there, don't expect anything to be fast. And they let you enjoy and be in the moment. And I think that was a huge learning point for even myself coming back here is, why does everything have to be an emergency? Why does everything have to be done now, now, now? It's okay to have some time delayed. And that was a huge thing that I noticed for our culture and their culture is they're happy. They take things at a slower pace. And at the end of the day, I still walked out of there with bags. I still walked out of there with happiness and, enjoyed some champagne.
So I need to ask you quickly here. When people travel abroad, a lot of times getting through customs seems to always be an issue. Do you have any problems there?
Going there, I did not have any issues. Coming home, it was a little bit less to be desired but here's the thing. I'd rather have them keep the airlines safe. And, some of it was on me because I had not flown this airline before, so I didn't know where everything was. But the lines to get to your gate were extremely long. So my biggest suggestion is when you do, make sure you plan plenty of time on your, departure to come home to get there, because the lines are super long. And then you have to go in and go to customs through security. And their security was a little different. They went through every single one of my bags, and they took out all of my lip glosses, all of my little travel spray deodorants, and they put them in a little Ziploc. I'm like, what is happening here? And it was just one of those things. I'm like, you know what? If I am that person that's chosen, and I could have gotten really frustrated, and I was sweating a little bit because I was ready to go, and I didn't want to miss my flight. But I just had to take a moment to remember again, they're at a slower pace than I am. So I made it finally through that. And then I was so lucky. I was so lucky to be a chosen one, to have to go through extra security. So on top of all of that, I had to go through an extra security, take my shoes off. So that by the time that I got on the airplane, we ended up just making it. It was relaxing and made it through. And I had the rest of the travel. So if that was all I had to encounter, you know what? It's not stopping me from going back, and we're planning next year's trip.
Well, Stacey, we are all glad that you have made it home safely and you're back here to spread your positive vibes here in the good old USA. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I want to thank Stacey Renee and Suzanne Levine from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. This is going to do it for the Splash Live. We will see you tomorrow, West Bloomfield.